Get ready for explosive news. Khamzat Chimaev is back and headlining UFC 328, but Nassourdine Imavov is left out in the cold. Plus, UFC BJJ 6 delivered a shocking draw with Nicky Rod's debut, and Beneil Dariush faces a rising Australian star in Quillan Salkilld. We've got all the fight game fallout you need, right here, right now. Don't miss a second, hit that like, subscribe, and ring the bell.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Khamzat Chimaev is set to defend his middleweight crown against a familiar foe. Just months after capturing the UFC middleweight title, Khamzat Chimaev is slated to make his first defense, and it's against a former champion who's been trading verbal jabs with him for months. Many expected Nassourdine Imavov to be next in line after his impressive wins over top contenders, but the UFC has other plans for the undisputed 185-pound king. UFC CEO Dana White confirmed that Chimaev will headline UFC 328 on May 9th in Newark, New Jersey, facing off against Sean Strickland. This is a massive return for Strickland, who many thought would need more wins after his losses to Dricus du Plessis. However, Strickland's recent dominant performance against Anthony Hernandez has catapulted him back into the title picture. The animosity between Chimaev and Strickland has been brewing for a while, with Strickland notably calling Chimaev a terrorist and referencing past sparring sessions. This matchup is shaping up to be one of the biggest fights of the year, with the bad blood and the middleweight championship on the line. Fans are already buzzing about this clash, with many questioning if Strickland can replicate his previous success against Chimaev's relentless pressure. The undercard also boasts exciting matchups, including Joaquin Buckley versus Sean Brady and Jan Blachowicz versus Bogdan Guskov. Will Khamzat Chimaev remain undefeated, or will Sean Strickland reclaim middleweight gold? Get ready for another massive UFC event as we break down all the action. UFC 328 is locked and loaded with a middleweight championship showdown. UFC CEO Dana White has officially announced the main event for UFC 328 on May 9th in Newark, New Jersey. Khamzat Chimaev will defend his middleweight title against former champion Sean Strickland. This highly anticipated bout comes after months of escalating trash talk between the two fighters, fueled by past sparring sessions and Strickland's controversial remarks. Chimaev, who secured the belt with a dominant grappling performance against Dricus du Plessis, makes his first defense against Strickland, who earned his shot with a sharp TKO victory over Anthony Hernandez. This win for Strickland effectively leapfrogged him over other contenders like Nassourdine Imavov. The card also features other significant matchups, including Joaquin Buckley facing Sean Brady and the return of Jan Blachowicz against Bogdan Guskov. The announcement has ignited fan debate over whether Strickland's aggressive striking style can overcome Chimaev's formidable wrestling and ground game. The middleweight division continues to be a hotbed of activity. This championship fight is just one piece of the UFC's packed spring schedule. Stay tuned as we dive into the results from UFC BJJ 6. Nicky Rod's highly anticipated UFC BJJ debut ends in a controversial draw. Nick Rodriguez, a prominent BJJ standout, stepped onto the mats at UFC BJJ 6 for his promotional debut, facing Elder Cruz in a rematch from a previous encounter. Despite a strong showing in the final round, where Rodriguez secured a late heel hook attempt, the judges couldn't find a clear winner, resulting in a majority draw. Throughout the match, Cruz utilized effective wrestling to control large portions of the fight, scoring takedowns and maintaining dominant positions. Rodriguez, known for his aggression and scrambles, struggled to find his rhythm early on, often finding himself defending Cruz's offensive grappling. However, in the dying moments of the third round, Rodriguez finally managed to secure a takedown and transition to a dangerous leg lock submission that had Cruz in trouble, but the buzzer sounded before a tap. In the co-main event, Effion Davies challenged for the inaugural women's bantamweight title against Kasha Murra. While Davies showed resilience and controlled the second round, Murray's early takedowns and strong third round secured her the championship belt. The main event saw Mason Fowler successfully defend his light heavyweight title against Pedro Machado, dominating with top control throughout their bout. While the BJJ world delivered a draw, the MMA world is buzzing about a pivotal lightweight clash. Get ready for a showdown between Beneil Dariush and a rising Australian prospect. Beneil Dariush, set for a pivotal lightweight bout against rising Australian star Quillan Salkilld at UFC Perth. Longtime lightweight contender Beneil Dariush is slated to face Australia's own hot prospect, Quillan Salkilld, at UFC Perth on May 2nd. This matchup pits Dariush's extensive top-level experience against Salkild's impressive momentum, with the Australian looking to make a massive statement in front of his home crowd. Dariush, with a professional record of 23-7-1, has faced many of the division's elite. After an 8-fight win streak that included victories over Tony Ferguson and Mateusz Gamrot, Dariush has gone 1-3 in his last 4, with recent losses to Charles Oliveira, Arman Tsarukyan, and Benoit Saint-Denis, though he did secure a win over Renato Moicano. Salkilld, boasting an 11-1 record, has been on a tear since earning his UFC contract in 2024, going 4-0 with wins over notable fighters like Nasrat Haqparast and Jamie Mullarkey. A victory over Dariush would undoubtedly propel Salkilld into the lightweight rankings and solidify his status as a contender. Fans are anticipating a classic striker versus grappler matchup, with Salkild's aggressive style meeting Dariush's well-rounded skill set. This fight could have significant implications for the future of the lightweight division. What a massive lightweight clash on the horizon. Don't go anywhere, we've got your full recap and outro coming up next. What a packed show! Khamzat Chimaev is defending his middleweight title against Sean Strickland. Nicky Rod's BJJ debut ended in a draw, and Beneil Dariush is taking on Quillan Salkilld. Don't miss any of the action, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and comment your thoughts below. Also, follow us on all social media platforms for more exclusive content.